I woke up today not in the best mood, and it had me thinking, like, what are the ways that we can flip around a bad mood so that we don't just accept it as fact and have a bad day? So on today's episode, we're going to talk about how to get in a better mood if you find yourself in a bad one. It's going to be fun. Grab your coffee. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back to another episode. I think it's 5:34.
Your memory's sharp. I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
5:34.
I'll just roll with what you say. So you said 5:34. It's 5:34.
Yeah, I get confused sometimes and I forget, but I think it is 5:34. So welcome back to another wonderful episode.
And welcome to the new people watching this channel. Because we've got new eyes on us.
Yeah, we do actually. I feel like we do a lot lately, like a lot of newer people. I'm seeing new names pop up in the comments and everything, which is cool. So I always love to see that. If you haven't already left us a 5-star review in Apple Podcast, please head over and do that for us. That really does help us out, as well as follow us on our Instagram, candidly_with_coffee on Instagram. We do a little BTS over there, a little behind the scenes, a little stuff in the stories. And then, of course, we always post clips of the podcast. So,
and hop on my channel on YouTube, Esco Elite Mindset as well. I appreciate all the support.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up because I was just a guest on your show.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, so that was impromptu, kind of. I didn't really know at all what we were going to talk about. So head over there at Esco Elite Mindset here on YouTube. That's Mike's podcast, and you can hear a pretty interesting conversation, if I say so myself. We kind of reveal. I know we've talked about a lot of the things that we've talked about, but I think in a different capacity. We gave like a different perspective and details, especially with your mental breakdown 5 years ago and things like that.
Yes.
So even if you think you know, you may not know some of the things that went down. So we do get into that.
Yes, we do.
What'd you think of it?
Thought it was good.
It was a good episode?
Yep. The origins of Mr. and Mrs. Escobar.
How's the feedback that you've gotten?
Got a lot of comments.
Yeah.
People loved it. When you're Nadia, shout out Nadia, she's happy to be scrolling and caught it like, wow, something new. I guess she follows my page. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it notifies her or not. I don't know how YouTube works.
Because it got random. It was kind of like a random, unexpected kind of episode. So, yeah, I've had a crazy week this week. So I feel like I'm just now coming up for air with the challenge that started Body Bootcamp. The first week is always, I know we talked about it a little bit on the last episode, but the first week is...
So far, how the ladies doing? And they're having fun together or what?
Yeah, they're kind of now the social stuff is starting. Now that community in the group is starting, which I love to see. I love to see everyone communicating, getting to know each other. The first few days, it's questions. It's just all questions for me. And it's confusion, and it's kind of like fear.
I always say this. This is what I say anybody starting a new program, especially when it comes to macros, because it's intimidating for a lot. I tell people, think of it like this. Majority of us been on an airplane ride. Almost all of us experienced turbulence one time or another.
Yeah.
Where they tell you, hold on to your seats, buckle your seatbelt. Well, buckle your seatbelt, a little shaky, a little bumpy, and eventually it smooths out.
Yeah.
It starts smooth, and now you start cruise control. And I tell people, you come out of it.
Yeah, it totally does. You know what? I used to have a lot of flying anxiety on a different topic. And that helped me a lot. When you explained it to me like that, you said turbulence, think about, because we had a boat. We used to have a boat.
Yes.
And it's, with the wake on the water, it's not a smooth ride. And the more wake that there is, the more bumpy it is. But it's normal.
Yeah.
So when you're in an airplane, it wouldn't be normal if it was just smooth all the time. No. You have to expect that there's going to be bumps.
Always.
It is normal.
Pressure's going to change, sudden weather. Also, I think of it like this. Think about it in your car. It's not a smooth ride over here. There's bumps on the highway. There's bumps on the street.
So why do we expect flying to be bumpless?
Because it's air. So you think like nothing happens. Because we walk through air every day. Think about it. You're not bumping into nothing in air. But when you're, what is that, 30,000 feet?
But if it's windy.
Up there.
The
weather's cold. It's different. It's different pressure up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hit different pockets. So
if you think about it that way, plus my thing is always look at the flight attendants. If they're just flipping through their magazine, don't trip.
No.
But if they're like on the phone and looking nervous, that's when I'm like, oh my God. Every time they get up and like pick up the phone, I kind of like watch to see like their expression.
So far, nothing. They've always been relaxed on our watch.
Yeah.
Nothing to be really scared of. If we've flown to some bumpy areas like Vegas, one of them. Vegas is very choppy in the summertime because the pressure in there.
Yeah. The heat pockets or something. The hotter it is, the worse it is.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, but everything is going good in the challenge. Every day gets better. Like everyone, I can tell it's smoothing out, you know. But people have been, you know, they pipe in. I like to read what they're saying, even if it's not directed to me, because I like to test the temperature of the group. It also gives me ideas of things I need to talk and teach them about during the coach calls and things like that. And one thing I noticed that, you know, a few people will come on and say, oh, it's really hard to drink this much water, or it's really hard to eat this much protein. And it just made me think of hard is good. You know what I mean?
It has to be.
Like if something is hard, and this is like basics that I teach everybody, super basic. If it feels hard to them, that means they were not meeting basic requirements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if drinking half your body weight in ounces of water is hard, then that means you're way under drinking your water. And so hard is good, because hard means you are now doing what you need to be doing and you weren't before.
Yeah.
Same goes with protein.
Yes. Even us, even me. I was under eating. Remember, you told me, and I was like, no, I'm not. I was fighting you back, and sure enough, I was. I came to find out, like, whoa, I'm way under eating.
Yeah.
You're
How
right.
much protein do you think you were getting before you started tracking macros? In all honesty,
Maybe 80 to 100 grams.
you see that's
I still ate
crazy.
eggs. I ate meat, but maybe 100.
That's crazy.
I know.
I
Compared
used
to what
to
I get
say
now.
that. I used to notice that about you all the time.
Because I assumed burritos had a ton of protein, like a dummy. Like a lot of us, we assume certain foods have a lot of protein.
Eggs too. People assume.
They do. Especially men. They'll be like, oh, I had 3 eggs.
It's like that's 18 grams of protein. That's not
What
enough.
you had like what a kid should have, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I had 4 eggs. Okay. I had 12 tablespoons of egg white, so I could add another 20 grams of protein on top of the 24, dog. With some cheese on top of that. I tell my guys, they're like, that's a lot of food. Yeah, you got to feed your body. You're a big man. I just had a conversation with one of my clients. Shout out my boy Robert in Florida. Like, bro, you're a big boy. You get to eat. Be happy. You get to eat.
Yeah.
Eat, dude. Don't starve yourself. Eat. I want you guys to eat.
Yeah.
It's almost like a shocker for them. They think the opposite. I think people think they come on this journey. Ladies are different, obviously. The body's smaller.
Yes.
But some of these guys get to eat a lot. And I'm like, bro, you're not eating enough. They're like, really? I'm like, no. Got to eat more. Eat. Enjoy yourself.
Just eat the right things.
Yes.
Protein
eat the right things.
Yeah, because
the
the
empty
problem
stuff.
is like someone who would think they're having a high protein breakfast, they're like, oh, I had 2 eggs. That's enough. But then they'll go for the hash browns and the toast and the fruit. It's like, no. Like,
no.
You got more eggs, less potatoes.
Eggs. Yes.
You know?
You only get 1.
Yeah.
Or they'll have like 2 little links, like little turkey links.
Yeah.
2 eggs and 2 turkey links.
That's not anything.
Okay, it's nothing, bro.
No.
Not even for a woman, really ain't much.
No, that's not enough protein. You have to kind of like double up on protein.
And I think that's why a lot of people in general are hungry at dinner, ravenous. Mm-hmm. So that's why I love the way we always say front load. And I've been showing on our group like front load heavy. Mm-hmm. So by the time you get to dinner, you're not starving and you don't overeat.
There's actually studies that support that. So if you start your day off with like 40 grams of protein, a significant, for women, like 30 to 50 grams. So let's just say that's like half your goal. You will be more satisfied throughout the day, less likely to snack, more likely to stay within your macronutrients. So if you can, start your day off with high protein.
That's very good advice.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
I'm going to start showing our group how I eat, just to show them, give my idea. Like, look, you guys, we load up, we eat. We want you guys to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much. But see, so if you're not used to eating that much protein and suddenly you're eating a lot of protein, you'll feel stuffed at first. It will feel hard at first to digest it, but your enzymes will catch up and you'll get used to it. It's because you're lacking the digestive enzymes to digest protein. What helps is just take a digestive enzyme.
Yeah. So how's the camaraderie? I always have to slow down and say that word in your group.
Camaraderie?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Lifting each other up.
Yeah, everyone's very helpful, answering questions. And you know what I did? Because I have a few in there that have been in previous BBCs. They won previous BBC. So the winner of the last one And then I have one from like BBC 7 and then one from BBC 12 that are in there now. So I decided I was going to put a little trophy next to their name. So that people know when they're commenting, like they know what they're doing.
Yes. They're champs. They know what's up.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
So they're champs. They earn themselves a little emoji. I thought that was cool.
I want to shout somebody out right here because he's probably going to listen to this. I'm going to let him know. I want to shout out my client, Saul. 3 months. Good job, brother. Sobriety. He hasn't touched alcohol and feels good. It's been a battle, but he's done it. And he's down 28 pounds.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm happy. Makes me happy.
That is
He's
amazing.
on his way to, like I said, just keep going. You're going to look back a year, 2 years, you're going to be so happy you did this. You're going to be a whole different person.
Yeah. It's crazy. That is a big transformation. Yeah, some of my clients are doing really, really well too. I had some good conversations with clients today. But it just makes me realize, like, you know, like we are always there for our clients because this is what our job is.
Yes.
It's like we're all in. Like you said, you have to find a coach that's all in.
Not a half-stepper.
Because the half-steppers are really do a million other things or they really have another job.
Yep.
They're not going to be there for you when you're, you know, having a moment and you need a quick answer or whatever.
No, they'll ghost you, things like that. I just saw somebody on Instagram. He actually coaches to build their business up, and he's saying, like, don't be one of those coaches that get exposed, meaning like you're just chasing the dollar. You do build up your business, but then you become a half-stepper. You're half-ass with your clients because your name's going to get blasted. It's going to be bad.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I'm like, for us, I take pride in my name.
Yeah.
I take pride in what we do. I take pride that we care, that we're there for our people. We want to see them succeed. I always tell people, I don't want to just take your money just to take your money. I want you to succeed at this. I want you to be all in. Like, I'm all in on you. I want you to be all in on this. It's a 50-50 relationship, bro. That's how this works.
Yeah.
You got to do your job. I got to do my job.
Because they do. Like, we do what we need to do.
Yes.
100%. Like, I have zero doubt that we give what we commit to giving and then some.
And then some.
And
I did a whole list this morning of everything. I broke everything down, macros, everything I eat, every protein. I made it simple. Like, here you go. There you go.
For the ones that are struggling.
Plug and play. I'm giving you the blueprint, like more than ever. So you know. All you got to do is measure. You already know the macros and calories. Done deal.
You can have the best coach in the world.
Yes.
It's not enough if you don't commit.
Got to apply.
You got to be all in too. That's a good point. All right, let's take a break for Mega Fit Meals, and we will be right back. Life is busy, and when I get busy and don't have time to meal prep, I reach into my freezer and grab a Mega Fit Meals. Mega Fit Meals are a macro-friendly meal prep, no subscription required, real quality ingredients. They switch up the menu. You guys, I love them. Their chicken tenders, the margarita pizza, the chicken quesadillas. I mean, this food sounds indulgent, but guess what? It fits right into your macros. Head over to their website, and don't you forget to use code JEANINE. That's code Janine for a discount. All right, you guys, I do love my Mega Fit Meals. They really do come in clutch when I am busy. So make sure you give them a try if you haven't, because it is really, really convenient to have them in the freezer on busy days.
Yeah, legit.
For sure. All right, moving on to some hot topics. Alec Baldwin, the case was dismissed. You know that case where he was charged with, I think, involuntary manslaughter for firing off the prop gun?
Yes.
I thought that was crazy that they were trying to pin that on him.
You know why? Some of these DAs want to make a name off these celebrities. That is pretty messed up. It's
High
not
profile.
his fault.
Yeah.
He's doing his job. Gotta understand something. It's acting. It's not supposed to be real.
Yeah.
It's not his fault somebody loaded a real bullet in there.
Their whole thing was like, did he pull the trigger or not? Who cares? Because if he thinks it's on a movie set, you know, sometimes you're going to grab a play gun, you're going to pull the trigger, and that's what their thing was. But anyways, the judge dismissed the case because there was evidence that was withheld and prosecution was being a little funny style. So they dismissed the case. He's free and clear of that. I thought that whole thing was crazy.
The girl got charged though. I think she's going to prison.
Well, she's the
one that loaded it.
She's the one who is responsible for the safety of. That's why they have an armor on the staff to handle that stuff. And she failed at her job as negligence.
Yeah.
I'm sure she got charged with some sort of like gross negligence or something. I don't know. But
you know what I predict's going to happen in the future with all this stuff? Like shows, movies, and anything that has to do with guns, violence, and shooting, like there'll still be guns, but there won't be no bullets, and they'll have to have some special effects like it's going off.
No, that's what it is. They do have that.
What? No, there's real
But
blanks
there's
in there.
not always, though. But there shouldn't have been any live ammunition there, though. Is
No.
blank real ammunition?
That is a good question.
No,
I
it's
believe
not.
so. It makes a bang. It
But
goes
it's a
off. It's
blank.
gunpowder. It doesn't shoot it doesn't projectile the metal.
Yeah, it doesn't projectile.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
what
makes the noise.
Yeah, it makes the noise. So, I guess it's halfway real. I don't know. That's a
I
good
don't
question.
know. But what I've read about the case was that it was like a political agenda kind of thing.
Always is with these prosecutors. Always. They always
Yeah.
have an agenda because they're trying to make a name for themselves.
In other super sad news, this one made me really sad. Shannon Doherty from Beverly Hills 90210. She died at 53. Long battle with cancer, like 7 years, breast cancer.
Man, that is sad.
So sad.
We grew up on her.
I grew up on
I watched that
90210.
show too, yeah.
I grew up. You were their exact age in high school. I was 1 year behind them in high school.
I was?
Yeah. So they graduated. Donna Martin graduated. 1993.
Yes.
They graduated high
Wow.
school. That was such. Those shows like bring me back. I died for that show. I would look forward to the day that it was on. I loved it. Then they did a 90210 in the summer. Then they lived in a beach house. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
That was like honestly, in high school, that was like my favorite show.
Yeah, that was a lot of people's favorite. It was a popular show.
The sad thing is now that's 2 cast members from that show that passed away early.
Dylan?
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry, I mean.
He had a
See?
stroke. He died of a stroke.
Isn't that crazy? Me and my sister were just talking about that about me today. Like, she says, do everything that's on your bucket list. 'Cause I told her one day I want to go to Thailand. She goes, do it. Don't say something's holding you back. Do it. That's on your bucket list. You're alive. You got a second chance. You're here.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it. She goes, you could not be here. Think about it. Right now, you're on second chance of life. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. 'Cause I was just reading about a lady who had a hemorrhage stroke, and she's not the same. She barely made it. Barely alive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Luke Perry died of a stroke.
I think so, yeah. Strokes are no joke. I think people take them lightly, like they're no joke. Like, it's not a guarantee you're gonna make it back, and guarantee make it back. I feel physically fine.
I don't take it lightly. I thought you were donezo that second time around for sure.
Nah, the universe has bigger plans.
Man,
for me.
yeah. Oh goodness. But what were some shows that you watched? Like, I love nostalgia. I'm big in the 80s, especially the 80s, but the 90s also. I love nostalgia. In fact, my Pandora playlist right now is 80s summer nostalgia hits.
Good Times, Sanford and Son.
You liked that stuff, huh?
Yes. Come on, man. It was funny.
I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't my
Come on, it's
favorite.
from the hood. The way they talk is hilarious. What? Red? Sanford and
Jefferson?
Son? Oh.
What about the Jeffersons?
Not Jefferson. What's the other one? What you talk about, Willis? What's that one called?
Oh, Different Strokes.
Different
I love
Strokes.
Different Strokes. Facts of Life.
There you go. Facts of Life. What else was out there? What else did I watch back then? Am I drawing a blank?
What about like when you got a little bit older? So did you watch did you watch Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh, yes, of course.
Kids Incorporated?
Yes.
And Menudo?
No. I don't like Menudo.
No?
No.
I liked Menudo.
No.
I
I watched, you probably remember this, the wrestling cartoons.
Yeah. I like Jem and the Holograms.
Jam, and then they had like, I don't know, it was Spider-Man or Superman, those kind of cartoons a little bit.
Saturday morning cartoons was the
Isn't
best.
it funny we had something to look forward to on a Saturday morning?
That was the best.
It was, because we didn't have no cable. You had to be awake to watch that. You were looking forward to it. You make sure you got up. And Saturday morning, I always had donuts.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yes,
That's what
as a must.
The nostalgia for me is like getting up, watching cartoons, and then my dad bringing home Peter's Bakery donuts, and we would all like run to the Pink Box, and those were good times. But like that was like early 80s. So that was like the late 70s, early 80s. But like as I got older, I'm trying to think like what other shows I loved.
I know. I'm drawing a
But I
blank.
love like the 80s movies. I just love the whole era. Like I think it's because the 80s were just my most carefree time as a kid. You don't have any problems.
No bills, no problems, no nothing.
You know, like I looked forward to the best thing for me was my mom would come home with a new box of crayons for me and a coloring book. I love to color. and a fresh box of Crayolas made me so happy.
I love the fresh box of Crayolas too.
I loved the smell.
Yes.
I loved the little sharpener in the back.
Yeah, that was cool.
I felt like
the 64 pack.
The 64 pack. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like, I felt, kind of.
Hey, did you guys play? I don't remember the name we called it. I think it was pencils or something. But we would hold pencils and we'd break them.
That is such a boy thing.
That shit was fun.
No, that is a boy thing.
I think that was more like
school,
elementary, and a little bit of middle school. That was fun.
Yeah, no, that is such
stupid things.
That is a boy thing.
It was just so careless back then. Times were slow. This day we're advancing so fast with social media. I don't think kids have a chance to be kids anymore. Like they're just with social media and everything. They're advancing too quick. They don't go outside and play, ride their bike. I rode my bike a lot. So once I was already at like middle school, like I would say 89, 90 and on, I was out of the house a lot. Oh, you know what I look forward to? I'll tell you this. As a teenager, we go to my boy's house, Junior. Yo, MTV Raps. You got to be there by a certain time to watch that.
Yeah, that's more high school, like 8th grade, middle school, high school.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Yo, and even MTV has some cool ass videos back then.
You know what I loved was Friday nights going to rent a movie at the movie.
Yes.
And then when Blockbuster came around, oh my God, that was
game
big.
changer.
Because there was like 20 copies of the new release.
Yep.
And you'd run to it hoping that one of the new releases would still be there. And then you'd pick your candies.
Yep.
Those were the days.
They were the days. That's how I discovered the UFC. I was just happened sifting through, searching for a movie, and I go, ooh, what is that? I just grabbed it. I didn't even know. I saw dudes bleeding, caught my attention. I want to see this. I thought it was like a blood sport type of the movie.
Yeah,
so
I
rented
remember
it,
that.
and that was my beginning. I was around 17, 18. 18. My beginning into getting into the UFC.
Yeah, I remember my brothers came home with that.
They did too? They discovered it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember my mom and I used to go to a place called Liquor Video. It's right where the Wings place is, Wingstop by our house.
Yeah.
That used to be a video store.
Liquor Video.
And we would go to Liquor Video and we'd get horror movies because that was our thing to do together. And I did that with her, like even through high school. People would say, like, don't you want to like hang out? And I would be like, oh, I'm going to watch movies with my mom. Like that, I rather stay. I was a homebody.
Yeah.
I really stayed home a lot, even through high school. And we would get snacks and food and we'd watch horror movies. She would always fall asleep. And I would say, Mom, don't fall asleep this time. She would always fall asleep.
Of course.
But
you truly stayed like her baby.
I did for a long time. I was a young for my age. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't like try to be old. I stayed very young.
A lot of people, they try to grow up too fast. And
Yeah.
they peak too early.
Yeah, I did not. I definitely was a peak after high school.
See, I try to grow up fast. I hung out with older homies, wanted to be down with the homies, do what they did, do the dumb shit they did. I always had older friends.
Yeah, so those were good times. I miss those days. But you know what? The Blockbuster days, those were actually like when my kids were little. So they should have those memories because I would take them to Blockbuster, get candies and stuff like that. So those are good memories, nostalgic memories for me too, but more of like my young parenting days, not myself. It was like the hole in the wall liquor store video.
They're the last of the generation then of the Blockbuster, huh? Your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy. But you know what's crazy about the 80s? It's like people will kind of make fun of us, call us old heads, this and that. But for some reason, people love nostalgic 80s stuff.
Specifically the 80s, yeah.
Everything from the T-shirts, movies, whatever you name, it's worth money now. It's like stuff from the 80s is worth a lot of money. Even cars now become like collector cars from the 80s.
Yeah, I love the 80s specifically. I liked the 90s too. I'm too young for the 70s because I was born in 76, so I don't remember the 70s.
Nah,
but
barely.
But you know, speaking of nostalgia, Redbox is gone now. They shuttered. Yeah.
Redbox is done?
They're all done. So that's it for like rentals.
That's it. The end of an era.
Yeah, even you and I did Redbox.
We did?
At the beginning.
Oh, yeah. I did Redbox for a long time because I would go, I lived on the south, San Jose, and then I would go to, Nob Hill? I'd go to Nob Hill to go get my movies.
Yeah,
we would go to Nob Hill.
Yeah, we did. I loved it. That was, I don't
know. Or
7-Eleven. Something exciting about that. It's kind of like anticlimactic that you can watch anything, anytime you want.
Anytime. And if you can't find it, so here's a tip for you guys. If you can't find a movie you're looking for, you'll find it on YouTube. They'll charge you, but YouTube will have it.
Yeah.
They got them little movies now.
Like I miss the days where like you were subject to whatever was on TV. You had no control. You had so many channels. And say like I was cleaning around the house and I'd flick on the TV and it'd be like, I'd catch the tail end of Dirty Dancing, you know, and I'd watch the rest of it. It's like you can't watch it from the beginning. It's so different now, you know?
Remember what was it called? The Digest or Reader's Digest or something where it had the TV
No,
TV
there was
guide.
a TV guide.
Yeah, it had all the...
Yeah. I used to get, it was 25 cents.
Yeah.
It was 25 cents at the check stand. Man, the good times. All right, you guys, let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition, and we'll be right back. It is no secret to you guys by now how much I love my One Up Nutrition supplements. They are a part of my daily routine, from the daily cleanse and the Gut Health Plus that help keep my digestion on point, to their protein powders that I incorporate into so many different recipes. The ISO protein is very easy to digest and only 110 calories per scoop. The whey protein is delicious. The flavors are so good and always have little extra crunchy cookie pieces in them that just take the flavor to the next level. Their powders like the Pure Rebuild and the pre-workout are a staple in my daily workout routine. Their flavors are amazing. I'm alcohol-free these days, but I swear when I drink some of these flavors from One Up, I actually feel like I'm having a delicious mocktail. Their products are third-party tested, so you know what you're getting. They're made in the USA. If you use code Janine at checkout for a discount. That's JEANINE. All right, that's enough nostalgia for now, but just gets me all in my feelings. I love nostalgia. But let's do a little bit of comment corner. We have a couple of comments. This first one comes to us from Gabby Rose 1717. I think I wasted my years on cardio because I was scared of weight training. Paying the price for that for sure, but it's never too late to start. Thank you both for the encouragement. It is never too late to start. Look, I didn't start weight training until 35.
You could be 40, 50 years old and start. Mm-hmm. I seen a dude start at 62. Mm-hmm. He's 70 now. It's called Fit Old Boys' page. Shredded 70-year-old. He even works out with his son. His son is diced too. When I say shredded, he is like probably like 7% body fat. 70. And people still hate on the man. Oh, he's on TRT, blah, blah, blah. Man, shut up. He's 70, you fucking wussy. What are you whining about? Jeez, man. People they're so insecure. Like, dude, he's 70. You really hate on a 70-year-old man? Because you're fat and he's chopped? He actually has to eat right to be that way.
Yeah.
People the internet and the world is weird.
Let me tell you this. There is no amount of hormones, TRT, HRT, whatever, that will do anything for you unless you're putting in the work. You still have to put in the work.
You could take every amount of drug, the best drugs on the planet, all the best black market drugs that all the bodybuilders do. Guess what? If you go double amount of your calories you're supposed to eat, you're still going to gain weight. Sorry, you guys. No magic pill out there.
No, there is. It just doesn't. I think a lot of people too that they embark on an HRT journey. They think, oh, I'm gonna just taking HRT, I'm gonna lose my menopause weight, and you won't actually. In fact, if you're not mindful, you'll gain. You'll just continue to gain. It's not gonna help you lose. So that's a common misconception. It will help your body work the way it needs to work, but you still have to fuel it correctly, with the right amount of calories, the right amount of protein, exercise, all of that stuff. It will not work without the lifestyle. So it's lifestyle plus HRT. That's the magic.
This is what I tell my guys. I said, think about an old car. It's running, but is it running efficient? Now you start tuning the motor right. Now it's running better. Now you add some more stuff to the supercharger. Now you're a whole different level, but you still have to put the right fuel in it. That's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah. I mean, and people still just choose to believe that there's some sort of like shortcut or something like that with HRT, but there really is not.
No.
All right, this comment comes to us from Jackie Blue 214. She says, regarding cigarettes, yes, you do start to eat more. That's why you gain. But on top of that, your metabolism slows down when you stop nicotine. So it could be a double whammy, speaking from experience. She's referring to, we were talking about how a lot of people gain weight when they stop smoking, and why is that?
Yeah.
So we assumed, right, it's just because obviously they're replacing one habit with another and eating more.
To another, yes.
But she's absolutely correct.
I never looked into that.
I did. So the comp made me research it. I'm all, cool. I want to learn something new. Is that true? She's right. It could impact your metabolism to the tune of 10 to 15%.
Wow.
slow it down.
You just taught me something new. I never knew that. Never looked into it. Nothing.
And they know this, and that is why, I guess back in the day, in the 70s, cigarette smoking was advertised to women as a weight loss solution. And that's why so many women became smokers.
Get out of here.
It was for weight loss, and they would lose weight.
Something new I just learned right now.
Yeah.
I know this one slogan that they use to get you to smoke. I don't know. I could be wrong, so excuse me if I am. I don't know if it was in the 40s or 50s, but they would say, smoke a cigarette a day helps keep the stress away. And people fell for that. Just like the red wine dupe.
Yeah.
Not to get off topic, but just the same thing. Oh, a glass of red wine is healthy for your blood and all kinds. I used to hear the same thing. And I fell for that. I thought so too. Like, oh, okay. I didn't research it. I assumed because it comes from grapes. Dummy. But no, it's alcohol.
Yeah.
It's still ethanol going in your
You know
body.
what the other thing is? Can you believe there's some sort of guideline out there where people think like, oh, maybe one glass of wine while you're pregnant is fine. Can you believe that?
I heard that. I've heard that too. Hell
like,
no.
says who?
You're crazy.
And how do they know? Like, no.
No, you're crazy.
Absolutely not.
That's a negative.
But people will do that. They will still like drink and stuff during pregnancy because they've been told, and they want to believe that, right? If they're struggling. Yes. You know, I bet you a lot of people realize that they have more of a problem with alcohol than they thought they did once they get pregnant, because then they realize they're starting to have literal withdrawals.
I know someone that went through that.
Literal
friend of ours.
Withdrawals?
She had to stop. She got pregnant.
And did she have withdrawals?
She was struggling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See? It's kind of an eye-opener. You don't think you have a problem with something, or you don't think it's impacting you until you stop doing it.
Yep.
Then you realize the impact.
Did you have any withdrawals from stopping?
No, I didn't drink that much.
No, me neither.
I could go a month without having a drink.
Yeah.
And I did often. I would it wasn't very...
So it wasn't enough, like 2 drinks a week or even a drink or 2?
No, it wasn't frequent that I would go more than a month without drinking. So I would say I would at minimum have 1 drink a month, but I could definitely go weeks without drinking. And usually the choice was because I just rather eat my calories than drink my calories.
Gotcha.
That was usually why I would start saying no to having a cocktail.
How does it feel now? It's been over a year for you.
Yeah, it feels
Any
good.
cravings?
No.
Not one bit?
I have an aversion.
Now, let me ask you something here in front of everybody. You're going to have a drink again?
Am I going to have a drink again?
Yes.
I doubt it. I don't know if I would say like 1,000%, but I would highly doubt that I would have a drink again.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of an aversion to alcohol. It's weird, and I'm sure I talked about it on the show months ago or last year. I started to just get like I said, if I see Alyssa have a hangover, like it makes me have a stomach ache.
That's funny.
It's weird. And so
how about if your son has a...
I haven't seen him with a hangover in years,
just
so
her,
I don't know. Just her specifically.
It doesn't faze me, I guess, because you're her mom, so maybe
and
there's
she
a connection
gets like
there.
this like caca look on her face.
I've seen it. I know what it is. And her boyfriend looked twisted. But you can tell they're hurting. They're trying to be all incognito, like, bro, no, you're hungover.
No,
I've been there.
First of all, they don't come out of the room, and then the DoorDash deliveries start.
Yes, that's a sign right there.
And they go straight from the room to the bathroom, and they kind of like walk hard and stomp hard and just kind of lean forward, go straight to the bathroom and straight out. I'm like, oh shit, they're hungover.
They're hurting.
Ugh, I hate that.
Why did we do that to ourselves? That's what my client said today. He said, dude, you know what I miss? What I don't miss? Waking up feeling like shit the next day. He told me that how he feels. Like, how do you feel after 3 months? Where you feel? So, dude, I don't miss how I used to feel.
Yeah.
Feeling is great. I have more energy, better relationships. I'm on cloud. And I said, don't forget about that, okay? Because there's going to be people out there going to tempt you, try to put things in your face. Mm-hmm. Because you got to understand something. Misery loves company. So if they don't have the discipline to do it, and you do, they're going to try to derail you.
No,
that's just human nature.
And for me, the only way to guarantee that I am never going to overdrink again is to not drink.
That part.
That's really the only way to guarantee it.
That is true.
You know, because it's Murphy's Law, right? The time I do drink, it's going to be too much, and I'm going to get hungover again or something and hate my life. And now, I don't know. I count how many months I've been sober anymore. It's like starts over.
Yeah. So I'm done.
Yeah, I have no desire. All right, you guys, let's take a little break for Transcend, and we'll be right back. When's the last time you switched your budget around? If you're spending cash on eating out and buying clothes, but you don't want to spend a bit on your health, what are you even doing? Every day, from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, you have a series of choices that will make or break you. The things you eat, your physical activity or lack thereof, your sleep, it all adds up. Personally, I care about what I put in my body, and I found that it's hard to put a price on feeling like you're ready to take on the world every day. That's why I leverage the power of hormone optimization and fully customized peptide protocols from Transcend. If you're ready to take your health to the next level, head over to the link transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite and fill out an intake form today. All right, you guys, we are back. And speaking of Transcend, I'm loving the tezofensine and the peptide that I'm on. But I just started my NAD plus, and I was reading on it because I was so curious. My vision's been getting really bad lately, and there's a chance that it could improve my vision.
Oh, really?
The NAD plus.
Wow.
I really hope so. If my vision improves or at least stops declining, I will be very happy.
Yeah. I will say this about the testosterone is I've been sleeping for the most part like a baby.
You've been sleeping better.
Even though I have to get up to use the restroom because of my bladder, but I've been knocking right back out.
You have been sleeping
pretty
better.
Deep. It says it helps with sleep.
Yeah.
So I like go to the bathroom, but I like conk back out after. I think only one time I woke up where my mind was still start thinking this week. But other than that, I've been sleeping good.
I've been sleeping great. So someone had asked me, like, does the tezofensine affect your sleep at all? I take it early in the morning. So by the time it's nighttime, like, not at all. But no, I still sleep like a champ.
Yes, you do.
I
get jealous. I wish I could sleep through the night. I can only imagine what I would have felt like if I sleep through the whole night.
Oh, it's amazing.
I bet it is.
I struggled for years without being able to sleep all night, though. All right. Now, speaking of like mood and not sleeping, I do want to touch on that today because it just had me thinking. I woke up not in the best mood. It was just one of those days. Sometimes when I'm not in a good mood, I don't want to get up and tackle the day. It doesn't happen very often. But like this morning, Phoebe jumped back on me. The dogs jumped on me, and it was like 4 something. And I was like, I just want to stay in bed all day. I like had that thought for a minute. And now I'm like, that means this is a low mood, because I never feel like that unless it's a bad mood for whatever reason. So I had to start it made me think about it. I certainly didn't want to just accept it and have a bad day and be in a bad mood all day. I think in the past, I've just kind of done that. I'm like, I'm in a bad mood today. So it's like I accept it as it is what it is. It's just going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
But today I made a real strong attempt to like, no, okay, I need to if my client or someone came to me and said, how do I get in a better mood so that I don't skip my workout or whatever, I'm just not feeling it today, like, what would I tell them? I mean, because I have to do this all the time, right? They come to me with those kind of problems all the time. And it made me think about, for one, I think it's important, if you can, try to identify the source. What is it? A lot of times there isn't a reason, but a lot of times there is a reason that you can pinpoint that is like you shoved away and it's back there and it's affecting you, but you just can't really remember. I think it's important if you can identify it.
Huh. What was it for you?
I think it was the conversation we had yesterday where we were talking about my mom a little bit, about death. You said something like you wanted to know if
Oh, I want to know, had anybody from your mother's past that has been gone already visited her while she was still alive? Did you hear her talking like to herself, like, or seeing something like you guys don't see?
She talked to herself a little bit that I can remember.
Okay.
But
that's what this guy said.
Nothing super clear. But we were talking about that, and it just brought me back there. It put me back in that remembering, because it was so traumatic.
Yeah, you brought it. You started talking about how much you wouldn't want to go through that again because you saw the energy leave her body. You felt it.
Yeah, like the soul detach.
Yeah. And I've heard that not just from you. A friend of mine said his father was in the hospital bed in the hospital, and a gust of wind, and the window was closed. He said a gust of wind just came out of his body. Said it was the trippiest thing. He said he saw the little curtain.
You know how I can describe it? It's a perfect example. Do you know how, like, when the power goes out, even if it's daylight, so it's not that everything goes dark or whatever. So it's daylight, but your house power goes out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything is quiet. There's not a beep, not a fan, not a everything. Like it's just
down.
like so quiet. You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how it is. It's like that. But anyways, getting off topic. But that's what that conversation took me back to. That it was like it's a lot of trauma. I think that's there that it's packed away and it releases sometimes, but then it gets packed back away. And so it kind of just like made me feel. It actually made me feel like that same feeling I had the day after she passed away, where I stayed in bed all day one day.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
And anyway, so at least I could identify it. Like, okay, that's what it is, you know.
Oh.
But what can I do to get rid of that feeling? Like anything that you're tempted to do is just going to make you feel worse. You're tempted to stay in bed. You're tempted to like clear your schedule, cancel meetings, skip your workout, eat bad. Those are all the things that are short term, will fix. They sound good short term. I think it's important to remember whatever it is that you're wanting to do, it sounds good. Stop and think, will this truly make me feel better after?
Yeah.
That's
a good point. Because the last thing you want to do when you're low mood, bad mood, whatever the case may be, is stay in bed all day, eat like absolute crap, and skip your workout. Because
Right.
one thing's guaranteed is when you have a low mood or bad mood and you go bust out a workout and you got a good ass workout, your mood changes. Because I get like that once in a while too. You're not in the best of mood. I think I had that a little bit today with me as well, for some reason. And I just kind of snapped out of it, went for a walk. It's nice and sunny, got some vitamin D, felt better. But I got in my head a little bit about some things. I don't know why. Nothing crazy. Just like you start, your mind is just weird, man. Sometimes it goes in different directions.
does.
It pulls you in weird thoughts, and you got to snap out of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, I thought, okay, I need to get vitamin D in my eyes and on my skin ASAP. That helps.
Yep.
It did help me. And then I went to my workout and I felt a little bit better after that. And then I got on the treadmill and walked. I felt better after that. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shower and get fully ready. I'm going to blow dry my hair. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to put some makeup on. That helps too for me. Because I tend to like, if I'm feeling a little down, I just tend to like be a bum.
Yeah.
I just want to be a bum. I want to look like a greasy bum, and that's it.
So there's a, I don't know if that's an answer, but if you think about it, look like a bum, feel like a bum, guess where your mood's going to be at. But
Yeah.
if you get up, sharpen yourself up, it just feels good.
Yeah.
Get dressed, shave, whatever for me. Like just get out, move.
Every little thing you can do will help.
Yeah.
Like every...
Positive. It's positive for you. You
Yeah.
enjoy putting makeup on. You enjoy getting ready.
But it's harder. You can't forget that. That because you're in a bad mood, it's harder to get yourself to do those things, though.
Yeah.
So you have to know, okay, I'm going to do this, even though I don't feel like doing it. I'm going to do it because I know it'll make me feel better. There's no way I'm going to feel worse. That's a guarantee. I'm not going to feel worse. It may not make me feel that much better, but it's going to help. It could potentially help.
It's almost like going to the gym when you're pissed off. You might be pissed off about something. The good thing I always say is take it on the weights, take it on whatever, take it on your workout. You shouldn't leave the gym pissed off anymore. You should leave happy, like, yeah, I crushed that. I did that. Your mood should change. It does. I say this. When we go train, yes, we're training the body, but we're really training the mind. We're training the mind to be happy every day. Because we're not going to be in the mood every fucking day to train. Hell no, that's hard. Some days are harder than others. Even going for a 3-mile walk, sometimes I'm overthinking. I'm like, well, I'm overthinking. I'm going to feel good after this walk. My dog's going to be happy. Papa's going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I got vitamin D. I get to clear my head if something's in my head. I get to talk in my camera to my people, like on stories, like, positive. I'm here.
Yeah, and some other things that you can do are music. We were talking about nostalgia earlier in the show. I put on my 80s playlist on Pandora.
There you go.
Because I know that always makes me feel happy, especially it makes me feel real connected to my mom.
Yeah.
So I put that playlist on the way to Orange Theory today, and I just loved it, and that helped me. I felt so much better by the time I got to Orange Theory. It was crazy.
Music works wonders.
It really does.
The power of music, because again, your mind's listening to it. It brings you back to a happy place.
Yeah. Good times, good memories. It brought me back to good memories. And also release of oxytocin. So if you have pets or dogs, that helps.
Yes.
That's why they're therapy animals.
For sure.
It does.
It makes me happy when my dog, when he's happy, Paolo's happy. The same thing with you when you cuddle your little dogs.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Oh,
they
they're
feel
like
it, you feel
my
it.
therapy dogs for sure.
Yeah, animals are a miracle.
They are. But the other thing I was reading for, for other people who might be out there. So, for example, if you can identify what it is. So, for example, if it was, was related to grief, maybe if you are in a support group like on Facebook or something like that, or join a support group, if that's your thing, that can help for people as well. I mean, even like my BBC challenge, when they're in the community page and they're down or they didn't hit their macros or whatever, and they share that and then everyone lifts them up, even that right there is enough to change people's moods.
Yeah.
Or to know you're not alone.
Nope. Exactly.
To know you're not alone. I think a lot of times people think that when they're sad about something or something's getting them down or that it feels lonely. But if you feel like other people feel it too and can relate to you, it makes you feel better.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we're here for. We're here to lift each other up. And that's why it's important to belong to, like you said, maybe a support group or even be part of the community like you created. Mm-hmm. What you call it?
Even our community, the Team Esco Elite.
Yeah, trying to lift them up. Because I think somebody had a down day the other day in our group, and I lifted her up. I said something.
Yeah, and so you did.
I said something, and she said, "You know what? I'm gonna get up and get my steps in."
Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. You don't think.
Words are powerful too.
But they are powerful.
They are. People don't think that. They discount them. Almost like, not to get off topic, like a lot of people discount coaches and think like it's fraudulent or something. But you guys don't discount psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, and lawyers, and all those other people that do the same thing. They talk.
Yeah,
some prescribe medicine, some don't. We prescribe medicine another way. We prescribe workouts. We prescribe lifestyle, how to eat better, how to change your mindset. That's what we prescribe.
But it does, and you can make a difference in one little comment or whatever.
Lift somebody up.
Yeah.
So I love watching, like, people send me motivational videos, and I'll hear something that fires me up.
I like to watch that just so that I can kind of get, I need to make sure that I have my arsenal full of things that I can share to lift other people up when they come to me.
Yep.
Like saying the right thing. Sometimes, it can be a struggle to find the right thing to say.
Yes.
To them.
Yes.
It's the good mix of, lifting them up, but also tough love sometimes.
Yep.
It's got to be a good mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like to me, it's like put your big girl pants on. That's what I was telling myself today. I'm like, nope, no. Like you're, the person that you're trying to become, she does not have time to be in a bad mood and be in bed all day watching like 90 Day Fiance. Like that's not an option. So
she ain't got time to be agüitada.
No. So put your big girl panties on.
Yeah.
And
let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
That's what I say about my men, because a lot of guys are down right now. It's crazy, and they can't admit it, and then they're angry, they're down. Like, listen, homies, you got to step it up. You got to do something. You can't just expect something to just fall in your lap and something's gonna change. You gotta take action, man. You got to apply yourself. So.
You know what? And since we have a lot of female listeners, this is good for them in terms of dealing with their spouse or husband.
Yeah.
You just like you're going through menopause and you're having your hormonal stuff go on with that, you have to understand that men, they have hormonal stuff that happens as well. They have a steep decline in testosterone after the age of 40.
Yep.
And this is something interesting that I never realized. And once I knew it, it made so much sense to me on how to deal with you. But anger and aggression sometimes, and anger and agitation in men is actually emotion. It's emotion. It's the way they express sadness a lot of times and anxiety. They don't express it like women do. Like women, maybe if, a menopausal woman who's dealing with low mood might cry or be very down. Well, a man who's experiencing a low mood will be aggressive, anxious, angry, verbal, So it's important to know and identify if you see a change, maybe you need to urge them to get their hormones checked. Maybe they need to be heading over to trendsendcompany.com.
I know a lot of men have pride and ego thinking they don't need something. It's like, bro, just get it checked. Just find out. Why not find out? Why do you want to stay on that level? Why do you want to stay on that low ass frequency for?
I think some people don't realize that they are, though.
No.
They just think, because it's not like you get all of a sudden you get like a report that says, hey, by the way, you're suddenly feeling such and such a way. It's like it's been such a gradual decline over years that you don't realize that it's that. Because I didn't realize it was my hormones. It's hindsight that's 2020. I didn't realize it was my hormones. If you hadn't have wanted to do it, I probably would have never done anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just got me thinking once you started to do it, or maybe I would have started to look into it once I got my menopause certification, because that is one of the areas that we learned about in that, in that curriculum. But I just don't think a lot of people know that they are suffering.
No, they don't know.
So it's not that they don't want to admit it. I don't think, maybe sometimes it's that they don't want to admit it.
Well, men are big, prideful animals.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't want to admit it. You didn't want to admit anything.
No. True.
That you were struggling mentally, You kind of like...
We suffer in silence. And again, it comes back to we're prideful. We're afraid to show that as a weakness. Guys, men hate showing weakness. They have a problem with that. Instead of, man, you know what? I'm fucked up right now. I need some help. I need something ain't right with me. And that's why I try to talk to people like, yo, if something ain't right with you, talk to somebody, man.
Yeah.
Don't hold it in. Take it from me. I've been there. Don't hold it in. It's a slippery slope when you hold it in.
Yeah. Like that. That's a good point. Like something's not right.
Yeah. You got to know yourself. You know your engine, your body. It ain't running right. Start identifying what's going on with you. How do you feel? Start admitting yourself. If you have low libido, that's not healthy for us as men. We want to feel like men. Yeah. Men want to feel like men. Trust me. A lot of guys have a problem admitting that they have a low libido. That's a big sign right there.
Yeah. What about the problem in finding happiness in the little things? That's a big sign that there's a problem too.
Yes.
If you can't find happiness in the little things, what I mean by the little tiniest things, if you can't garner up some joy when the birds are chirping, that's a sign of a problem as well.
That's why I go out at 4 a.m. and I'll do a post on my stories talking about be grateful that we're here. Look, the birds are happy, they're chirping. Mm-hmm. That means we're here, we're alive. We should be grateful. Yeah. Don't take this for granted. A lot of us, there's a lot of people who ain't going to get up to be able to walk outside and hear these birds chirping today.
Yeah. But if you can't, that's a good sign to know if you have a problem. If there are little things that should bring you joy and they don't anymore, then you need to stop and think, shoot, I think I might have a problem. This is for women and men, right?
Yeah.
If things that you used to enjoy doing, or hobbies, or, if there's something that you used to find happiness in and you can't feel that happy feeling anymore,
yeah,
then there's probably something going on that you don't have to stay that way though. And it's kind of like what I talked about at the beginning of the show. Just because you're in a bad mood or you're struggling to find happiness, don't accept that as it is what it is. No, you got to do something about it. But you have to identify you have a problem first.
Remember, I couldn't even get off the couch. I didn't want to get off the couch.
I hated the couch.
I remember you used to tell me that, and my boy Lo used to tell me, get off the couch, go for a bike ride, this and this and that. But it was like a safe zone. I didn't want to get off the couch.
That couch had a dent. I hated the couch. I hated seeing you, and you'd get mad at me if I'd want to get you up off the couch. I would think of stupid reasons to get you up off the couch, and you would get mad at me about doing that.
Because I was in a comfort zone mentally. I was stuck in my head. I was like a prisoner. Isn't it weird how you can become a prisoner in your own mind? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are prisoners in their own mind.
Yeah. You know what's led to a lot of people having low mood and depression and things like that is working from home, actually.
You know why? Because we're tribal. And when you're at work in the office, you're saying hello to everybody, you're talking to people. Uh-huh. That's why, once in a blue moon, I work out at home, but I like the gym. It's just community. It's just different. Not that I have to talk to anybody. I'm doing my own thing, but still, you're just there. Everybody's there grinding for their own reasons. Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's important to have a schedule. If you work from home, still have a schedule, still get up, have a good morning routine, and still get ready. Do not schlep over to your computer in your pajamas.
And stay like that all day long. No. Taking a shower, cleaning yourself, it feels good.
Yeah.
Every day is a must.
I know. I try to like put because I work from home, so I can relate to this. I have to function as if I don't work from home. I have to get up. I have to get ready. I have a schedule. I treat it as if I'm punching a clock.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
That's good advice, though, because 2020, you know, we locked us down, and a lot of people got comfortable to the point where like they didn't want to go back to the office.
Yeah.
And the company's like, you must come here 2-3 times a week. People were fighting it. Like, you should want to go back to the office, man. You should want to get out.
2-3 times is perfect. I think hybrid's great.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Some were fighting, didn't even want to go back once. They're mad at it.
Didn't even want to go back one day?
Because they got comfortable. They got comfortable being where they're at. Working at their leisure, half-assing it. Let's be honest. There's nobody there to watch them.
I just think that it's not good for your mental state to not have like a schedule and like a regimen.
Yeah.
We are very routine as humans. We thrive on routines and schedules, and that's what helps. That's what helps to prevent the low mood, you know, and that prevents depression and things like that, is having a schedule.
You got to get out of the house. You must at least one time. Like, at least you get out. You go to Orange Theory, maybe go run an errand or two, or we go run errands. But you can't be in the house.
Even me, like I'm there. You'd be hard pressed to find a bigger homebody than me. I am a true homebody. I love to be at home, but I still do better when I at least step out, see the sunlight, like go work out, go on a coffee date.
I was gonna say that if you have a friend who's a coffee connoisseur like me or anybody, get out of the house and go grab a cup of coffee. Just get out of the house and talk. That feels good. Just get out of the house and talk.
So I do that with Lisa. We do that once a week. And it helps. You know, it's nice to have that little like break. And then I go, you know, I leave to work out, and it helps. And it helps to come here. I mean, we come here. So we do. Yeah. I don't work I work primarily at home, but not every day at home. But it's nice to have, even having the studio when we moved it, that helped to have like somewhere to go.
Yes. You have some type of purpose.
Yeah. It helps because I still find myself, like if it wasn't, like if we hadn't have to film, I wouldn't come here. You know what I mean? I still find myself, I still get pulled back into the stay home, stay in your sweats all day.
That's what your brain knows.
Couch rot.
And I always say this to people, even people I'm coaching, is you got to understand something. Even though you hire me, your brain's going to fight me. It's going to want to go back to what it's known, its comfort zone. It's going to go back to its bad habits, what it loves. You have to fight that. You have to fight those urges.
Forever.
It sucks. I hate to say that, but forever. So I told my client today, okay, you did really good, bro, 3 months, but you got to keep going.
Yeah.
Don't even get tempted. You got to go a year, 2 years. It has to be far in your rearview mirror. Because again, the brain wants to go back to what it enjoyed.
Yeah, I actually posted a quote in my group this week that says, "Go so far out of your comfort zone that you forget how to get back."
Ooh, I
love that.
And I also like the other one is get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
That's a hard one. Because, again, people love to be comfortable.
On the other side of discomfort is growth. You just have to remember that.
Yes, it is.
Comfort, you're never going to grow.
Never. You're going to be stagnant. And I've been there. And being stagnant, my mental health wasn't the best because I was stagnant.
That's what happens.
I wasn't learning, growing, reading, nothing.
Yeah.
Get a good book. Something that'll lift you up. Books are wonderful. That's one of the main things that brought me out of the darkness was reading good books.
Yeah, that's your secret sauce is reading.
Yes.
That helped you a lot.
Shout out David Goggins.
Thank God I took you to the bookstore.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
It worked. Trip. We would go like often and we'd be there for hours, like little kids buying books.
Yeah. Who was it? David Goggins, and who was the other one?
Tim. I always say the name wrong. Is it Tim Robbins? No. What's that guy, Tim? The motivational speaker. Isn't his name Tim?
No.
Tony
Robbins. There you go. His book. And I never understood the power why people into Tony Robbins and why they read his books and why they go to seminars. But it's powerful, those stuff he talks. He basically teaches you to believe in yourself, that there's another level, that you can accomplish things, that it's all in your mind. And a lot of times we say, no, we can't. We're stuck with that, I can't. And he's like, basically, yeah, you can. It's all, you apply yourself, yes, you can.
I mean, we can talk about that till we're blue in the face, but you have to have the I can mindset and not the I can't. No. I can't is going to get you nowhere real fast.
Get rid of that. Don't tell yourself you can't. And don't talk bad about yourself either. Don't call yourself a loser. You're this, you're a failure. Don't. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm a fucking winner. I'm a champion. Start believing that. Start believing you're successful in your mind. Whatever it is you want to conquer, yourself, you want to go after a job promotion, you want to start a business, start thinking like a champion.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to think success.
I agree. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you